Now, can we do other stuff with this output processing? Oh boy, can we. Let's go back into the define output program. Let's look at the YTD table, the YTD format, and let's say, what else can we put here? Let's go down to the grand total area, and imagine that next to the total, or on the same line as the total, we'll start over here. Let's say we wanted to print the our average year-to-date sales. Average sales, and we'll put here about AV. And then over here, what if we want to print our lowest sale? Okay, and maybe we want to also print our highest sale. Well, we're getting too close for comfort here, aren't we? Let's move this down. Take a box function. I've gone over far enough. Hit the move command. I'll just move it down a couple lines. Okay. So on this line, we're going to print our average sale. Average year-to-date sales so far, in other words. We'll print our low sale. We'll print our high sale. I was going to look at the fields, but I don't need to. Okay. What I'm doing here is putting variables that are going to hold this information for us. Okay. And we'll put our high sale. So we're going to show our average sale, our lowest sale, and our highest sale. Okay, let's go to our processing table by pressing F8 and P. We'll leave this print because that's a good idea. But before we do that stuff, before we hit the print, let's do some other processing. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to figure out what the minimum sale was. So we're going to stick that in a variable, just a field that we're make a dummy field of our own. We're going to make up one called minimum sale. And we'll give it the same kind of edit type that our year-to-date sales is, which is 8 characters long, and it's .2 type sale. And we're going to say that the minimum sale equals the minimum that you find in field 25. Okay? And then let's say that our highest sale, which we were going to print on the report, which is also a .2, is equal to the maximum that we find in field 25. Let's go down here to the next line, just for no reason. And we'll say that the average, we'll put that in the variable called AV, the average sale, is equal to the average of field 25. Okay, how does that all look? Pretty good to us? Guess it does. Okay, now, we were working the grand total area, weren't we? Yes, we were. So what we're going to do here is go below where the end statement is on this table, just like we did on the input table. Here's the final end. Nothing's going to happen after this because there's no if line here. This is just going to happen. It's going to print the stuff and end. So how can I possibly put stuff below this line? I can because this is a trigger. Just like at when entering and leaving field and at key processing, we're going to do a trigger that happens inside FilePro. This event will be triggered when the table hits the grand total section. When it hits the grand total section, I want it to show me field MS. I'm just going to say print end. I want it to show me field AV. I want it to show me field HS. All these fields that I'm filling up with the right values as it's going through the records. FilePro's maintaining what would be the lowest, what would be the highest year-to-date sales, and what would be the average year-to-date sales. And at grand total time, I want to print that stuff. Because I have a print here in this area, and the data area where this is happening record by record, and then this trigger only happens at the very end after it's finished processing all the records, it will print the grand total area. Let's go take a look and see how this works. We'll just run this report now. We'll go to our menu, generate it, and now we'll view it. Let's go down to the grand total area. I am hitting enter to get down there. Okay, you see that we say our average sale, year-to-date sales, is $552.99 per customer. Our low sale didn't print star LS for some reason. Our high sale, $1,700. Let's see why it didn't print the low sale. I go back to the processing. I can go through define output, because that's where I put this process. Remember, I went through define output, I put YTD, and then I pressed F8 for functions. Or I could just go right to processing, define processing, sorry, right to processing, and go to output processing and pick the YTD processing, which is attached to that same output format. And let's see what we did wrong here. I put AB for average. Okay, I put an HS for maximum, the high sale. I put an MS, or minimum, for this. If I change this to an L for low sale, run this report again, everything's going to function properly. And I wish this was running nice and quickly, but my backup, again, is slowing things down. Happens at this time of night. Okay, if I view this file now and I go to the end of the table, we now see that there is a low sale, probably. There's an average sale. The low sale was $11.27. The high sale was $1,700. Now, we could format this a lot nicer, but this is basically a very quick way to show you that you can perform processing on all the data in your file, or you can perform processing on a record-by-record basis and do things up along the output format, the report format, anywhere you want. You can print the average sales at the bottom, at the top. You can pretty much do anything you want with the output format, as long as you take the time to learn how to do it. And we're going to go further with this a little later on in the tutorial.